Hello everyone, welcome into more Seven Wonders Duel here on the Sorcerer Network. My name is Sorcerer Matt, and we have a tough choice right out of the gate. Divine Theater or Temple of Artemis? Based on this, I'm gonna go Temple of Artemis. I don't know if that was correct, but gonna go ahead and do it. Appian Way, and then probably the Great Library. I'm not in love with either of those. So because of how much wood we need for the Great Library, we're gonna go that, and we'll also get the one wood here, which will be very nice. Only not nice thing is that we're spending a lot of our money. All right, I love to put this one just right about there. Okay. Really? Okay. I'm assuming my opponent wanted to place this. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and discard. I'm going to go ahead and do some more discarding. This is a decent. I should grab some science stuff. Like I should absolutely do that. Oh, interesting. My opponent is going to go ahead and reveal 2 cards for me. Probably because they want to be able to have more placement. Yeah, they want to be able to do that, which, fine, so be it. However, I will happily take that. And now my opponent has a very tough decision. I'm very into that decision. Now, we are going to have to watch, with my opponent taking that science card, we are just going to have to watch that my opponent doesn't get too deep in the sciences. The one interesting thing here is my opponent does not have to go pretty heavy on the resources. Yeah, it's free, so I'll construct it. I'm curious what my opponent does here, and then what I should do there. Like, do I take the science? Nah, I don't think I do. A little bit of a bummer that the gate is going to be over here, but... Alright, so my opponent is going to make sure that they get whatever. Alright, I'm okay doing this. And then I'm okay doing this. I guess we'll just throw this over here. Yeah, at least, you know, this makes it the gate is at least a little bit expensive for my opponent. That's maybe annoying? I don't know whether that is or not. Well, the fact that in Age 1 we're discarding for 5 coins is pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, I am going first. So, I would... Yes, I would love to go first. This is kind of a yucky option of cards, so maybe I shouldn't have gone first. Whatever, too late now. Like, I think it's just maybe try to get enough... I'm gonna... Because my opponent has the Divine Theater, I want to try to get the gate as soon as possible. Because then there's I take away some type of card that my opponent could get with Divine Theater. That's what I would like to do. Well, famous last words. So my assumption is, and this is very dumb on my part, because my opponent is absolutely going to steal. No! I was like, my opponent is 1,000% going to steal Temple of Artemis. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with this. Gate, please. Yeah. And then, yeah, I'm going to steal a resource. I was a little disappointed that I couldn't get this papyrus, but now, yes, zoink. Thank you. Ah, you'll love to see it. Okay. I think that I want to do this. And then I'm going to get another 6 coins. I know I really want the 2 wood, but this 2 wood does not help my opponent at all. I'm essentially telling my opponent, go ahead and have 4 wood. I don't care. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay. Very okay if you want to spend, if you would like to spend your, oh. Yeah, sure. I'll happily take this yellow card. Yeah, okay. This is great. This is really great. I really should be grabbing this. Oh, excellent. Strategy, probably? No, just 7 points. Okay, well, I'm 1,000% grabbing this. I'm probably not going to need it, but I don't care. Okay. I think that just... I want to get some money here. Let's get some money. And then I also need to kind of start thinking about points. Because, yeah, this is turning into a little bit of a precarious, like, am I down by too much? And so I need to, like, you know, actually score some points here. I maybe could look at Great Library, though, like, Theology isn't good now. Because I can only play 2 of these. And I have an extra turn here. A lot of the good stuff is out here already. Okay. I don't really care if my opponent wants to waste a turn getting 2 stone. I kind of hope my opponent does that. Oh, they don't. Okay. Well, you know. I am going to go ahead and spend the 3 coins to construct this wonder. Yeah, so this is where, like, theology is kind of bad. So it's probably just urbanism. Gets me 6 coins, and... yeah. Yep. Okay, and this feels like a better gap to me. Excellent. I am very happy to go first next turn and discard that for coins. Excellent. That's the one I wanted. I wanted this one. So my discard power is extremely high. I get to go first. I still have an extra turn in my pocket. So I am going to go first. Yes. And now we are going with what gets me points. Please spend 3 coins to do this. No, it just discards it. Yeah, that's... Yes. Money is my biggest advantage right now. Um, so very happy about doing that. I really the temples are going to be kind of where I push this advantage. I don't think I can get all three, just with how these two are placed, but I want to guarantee that I at least get two. I probably am doing Appian Way instead of Circus Maximus. Like, getting rid of the Papyrus now just doesn't really do anything for us. I mean, my opponent technically could, we could have a Pantheon battle here where he does a Pantheon, I do a Pantheon, he does a Pantheon, and then I'm forced to take the Science card, revealing the Temple. Yeah, excellent. So, 100%. Yes, please. I really want this one. Partly because it's coins for me, and that's a bummer. So, I could do the extra turn now. And then just have, yeah. So I'm going to do this. Because now, yeah, I don't get all three, but my opponent gets none. My goodness. That's just absolutely devastatingly unlucky. Like that's just, oh. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm very curious why my opponent did not take that one. Huh. Because that would have given my opponent a huge lead. Huh. Okay, what is this card? I don't care about that card. So I'm gonna, this is kind of a lot, but I have the token, so I can just invest 4. And then this means that I pretty much can stick this at 2 points, and I'm feeling okay. And now also, if my opponent wants to do one of these, I can, like, I like where I'm at here. All right. What are we getting rid of? Hilarious. Honestly, sure. Yeah, I think I have this, especially because I know I always forget it. I have 7 points here, so I think I'm nervous for nothing here. Especially because my discards are 9 coins, which is pretty ridiculous. I actually want my opponent to reveal that card. I want to know, because if it's something like, fine. Okay, whatever. I guess that was dumb. I should have discarded that, but whatever. I don't think this is going to matter. I think I have enough points coming out of nowhere. Well, and that actually was a 4-point swing playing those 2 cards. So, yeah, I get 12 points there. I get 7 points here. I get 10 points there. And then I win on the wars. So not a blowout, but I that was pretty comfortable. So feeling good about how that game went. I think my opponent made a couple of plays that I think had it been different. Like I'm shocked that my opponent did not choose Ra. I mean, coins are definitely good, but pretty much if you're able to steal a wonder, you probably should. That's what I would say. Alrighty, my opponent will go first. Bummer. Another game where we are not going to be getting the Divine Theater, which is a little bit of a disappointment. However, there's good stuff here otherwise, so, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. My opponent is at least giving it a thought. I think, you know, I think the only reason you wouldn't take Divine Theater is Temple of Artemis. And even that's a toss-up. Okay, well, I will definitely take this one and this one. And the nice thing is I get first dibs here, which gives me the Temple of Artemis. Delightful. This is kind of 6-1. I've done another for me. I would probably have done the same thing because this gives me both resource discards, and that can mean something. My opponent goes to Wood Reserve. I'm gonna. Oh, don't mind if I do. And then now we'll get one of the stone. I'm assuming my opponent takes the free one, and I'm gonna take the one that costs a coin. I would be floored if that was not the case. Okay. I mean, there's something about placing the like placing this is good. But yeah, I'm pretty happy to grab that. Okay, my opponent is committed to this. My opponent is committed to the sciences, which is very interesting, especially considering there are no science here. Now, my opponent can grab law from the Divine Theater, so, you know, that's a thing that can happen. Man. You know what? I'm going to do this. I want to see what my opponent does with this. Yeah, interesting. My opponent really doesn't want these yellow cards, which I'm not necessarily upset about. But also, this is now going to be every single one of my monies. What was this? This was the Egyptian one? Yeah. Like, I mean, do I want to just... I mean, I guess it depends on what's here, but I probably just want to grab the Stone Reserve. If the Clay Reserve is here, I'd rather have that. Okay, that's an interesting placement. Yeah, see, like, I just rather have this. This is a wild start. I have no idea what my opponent's going to do here. I mean, I'm not going to willingly discard one of these. I'm happy that I've got great discard power. Okay, excellent. I will happily take the glass, I suppose. I mean, again, I'm kind of... What's going on? Why do you not want this? And why don't I want... I mean, it's money. That's my problem. Okay. So... I'm going to play this. Sure. 100% I'll happily take 4 coins. My opponent has no extra turns. I'll get to know what this is. Okay. Putting Anubis here is a little bit suspect, but I really don't want the gate to go here. Okay. And now we just discard, and we might be able to do some shenanigans here. Okay. I would love to go first, especially because I know, because of the 2 Egyptian tokens, that Ra is definitely going to come up. And so I'm 100% going to do that, and I'm going to go yoink to the Divine Theater. Love it. No money, but I don't care. I probably Temple of Artemis to try to get some money. Okay, that's totally fine. What are we choosing here? What are we paying 4 coins to go get? Great. What are we getting rid of that I can pick up now other times? Okay. Let's get rid of the thing that is worth more points. I would like to do that. Yeah, I've got lots of options here with Divine Theater. Like, it's probably the Phoenician, and it may just be like steal a resource, especially if it gets discarded from Statue of Zeus. I love it. I love what's happening here. Okay. So, I'm pretty okay with that because my opponent now has kind of like done the thing. I can also just grab it from the discard pile. Okay. I think I'm just gonna continue to discard. This hurts a little bit, but I can recover from this. I just kind of like getting a couple cards here would be really nice. But I love that my opponent did these now, so I don't have to worry about them. It cripples me in the short term, but I can recover in the long term. My opponent really has to discard or Anubis. I mean, I guess, okay. Okay, I should think about this. I don't want my opponent to do this. So, okay. I am going to go ahead and spend the money. I know that this gives my opponent a token, but I don't care. Because what I should do... Yeah. Okay. So, progress token. Sorry. I got antsy. Okay, yes, because what I don't want to have happen is my opponent to Anubis one of these things, and now I'm having some issues. I'm really not doing that bad on resources, to be honest with you, all things considered. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then, while this costs me another 8 coins, I can then immediately get rid of that and do it again. And honestly, I probably do. Well, nah. I'd probably grab this. Oh. Well, okay, that was an we're not ended on that. That was an unceremonious end. I mean, yay, we won. I think we were going to win, but I don't I didn't feel like it was that that much in the bag. Yeah, I'm not ending on that. That's an anticlimactic way to end a video. Like, no thanks. No thanks. Okay. My opponent is choosing a wonder out of some very good ones. So that the good news here is, I mean, my opponent should go Temple of Artemis, but we would get Hanging Gardens and Appian Way. That's not bad. Like that's not a bad consolation prize there, and we get to choose first, and we get Divine Theater. Ooh-wee! Really like this. Yeah, okay. So my opponent is probably going to choose this, and just based on what is on board here, and there's 2 of these tokens, we're gonna. This feels like a really good science, push here. Like, let's grab the second one. I know I'm kind of. All right, so now this is a really nice snake game. That's a little unfortunate, actually. And it's so unfortunate that I'm going to do this. I really, I'm going to throw this over here. I can get law other ways. I really do not want my opponent to get these 4 coins. And my opponent does not want me to get those 4 coins either. So the good news is, now I had to pay a coin for it. I got a wood. The other nice thing is I got to place these 2, and so I know what these are. This is very funny that neither of us really want to, neither of us want to do this. I mean, I'm happy to spend one of my extra turns to get this. Okay, that's interesting. I am very happy to discard for some coins. I assume my opponent's going to discard this. I mean, I guess if I'm forced to take the lumberyard, sure. Which it looks like I am. I mean, again, I could, I really could, like, use an extra turn here and go nuts. This is a little bit of a tricky first stage here. Oh. So my opponent does that to be able to grab that. Okay, well, I think this is just too good. Partly because I need the discard power. All right, and the nice thing here too is, should I get this on my side? Yes, is the answer. The one thing that I will say that my opponent is doing that I don't necessarily agree with is I'm doing this. Well, we're gonna do this. They have the 2 resource wonders, and yet are heavily pushing resources, which is fine. Now, the good news is my opponent should either use up an extra turn or play the science card. My opponent should not give me 3 science symbols. which I think that is what my opponent is contemplating right now. So my opponent is going to... Yeah, this is excellent. Now, I don't love that my opponent is getting first dibs on what... Yeah, especially because Ra is there. However, Yeah. Probably stealing Divine Theater? No. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to grab this. Of course. However, again, like, my opponent is over-resourcing if they grab this Papyrus. Like, my opponent does not need that Papyrus. Is it terrible to, like, Hades this Clay Reserve? Like, is that really that bad of a play? Yeah, I completely disagree with this play. I do not understand it. So the answer for me is no, this is not a bad play. Because it takes my wonder that was 13 coins down to 4. I don't get why my opponent, with this done already, and with this is a classic. My opponent's trying to just choke me out of resources, and the issue is that I'm finding ways around the resources. And there's other ways in this age that I can get around all of this, or I could hit bail and steal some resources. There's so many things I can do here that, do I care about this? I think the answer is no. Like, I'm just going to continue to do this. Theology is tempting here, but it's probably just the money. It's a little bit of a miss there. I kind of was hoping to hit some other stuff, but again, I still can Divine Theater some things. But yeah, now in order for my opponent to get a progress token, my opponent has to then give me the Forum, which I'm happy to take. I've kind of, I don't want to say given up on the science victory. Yes! Yes! I mean, my opponent should take Law and then next turn get Law, because then that gives them another progress token. But I'm not going to prevent that if my opponent does it. Oh, they don't see it. I love it. Okay. I'm happy to do this. So we'll see if, how many more resources we get. But, we're kind of in the point of, like, these cost 1 coin, the clay costs 1 coin. I've got one of these. I want to steal. I probably Divine Theater want to steal something over here. Okay. Curious what my opponent is looking for here. Okay. It's fine. All right, I'm gonna feign like, oh, look at me, I'm doing this. Watch out. Ugh, you love to see it. That's exactly what I wanted. All right, I think that giving up the 6 coins hurts, but right now my opponent just has a bunch of money and, like, isn't really doing anything with it. This is a point where I'm like, great, take the sawmill, do it. I don't care. I can get this law progress token here, and I can somehow get this snake, the science victory becomes very, very in play. Yeah, I'm just going to discard this for a butt ton of coins. And then I'm going to hope that my opponent doesn't really see it. Is there anything here that would help me with a science victory? I mean, no. So I can just... Okay. My opponent does see it, which is a little unfortunate because now this becomes a lot more difficult. No matter. At least what I did is cause, like, at the very least, I've caused my opponent. That's hilarious. I've caused my opponent to think about it. And again, like, taking this glass would just be downright dumb. Because then that puts the science victory back in play for me. Okay, I'm going to do this because I can do it for free. Mostly because I don't want my opponent to do it to Temple of Artemis, but also this gets me an extra turn, as well as some money. Yeah, I don't want to willingly give, because this is where you can chain this into, like, you get a progress token, you get law, and then law triggers another progress token where you can get mathematics, and that's pretty gross. I don't want my opponent to move this any further. My opponent gets 4 points. I'll just, do this. So do I steal a resource here? I'll happily do the one that's free. So I know this hurts, but this is like my opponent getting this is just too good of a play for my opponent. So 100% going to grab law to have the threat of the victory, the science victory out there. And then great news is I will get to I get to go first. Ooh, and I'm going to choose this one. We're very comparable on points, so we're doing fine there. I would love it if you grabbed that one. I mean, I wouldn't love it, but yeah, I think I can just save the Divine Theater for a little bit. So, I think I'm pretty okay just taking points here. I don't really care about this. Excellent. And now I can just go like this. Because the other thing I do is just get 9 points from the Greek. Great. Congratulations, you have prevented a science victory. Them getting mathematics is not nothing. So, I'm just going to go ahead and discard this for a lot of coins. And then I don't care if my opponent gets this, because then I'll get that, and then it's 12 points to 5 points, and I'm very okay with that. There's a lot of military cards out here. But yeah, I'm probably just grabbing 9 points from the Greek stuff. I was like, I'm curious why this is a decision here. All right, excellent. I mean, if my opponent really wants to go nuts in the war, I don't love that, because I'm going to have to, like, yeah, see, This is just kind of annoying. Like, I don't think I'm actually going to lose to a military victory, but it's just kind of annoying. Okay, so, yes to this. Yes to that. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to discard this. Moving back 2 isn't going to do anything. This is kind of obnoxious how this is playing out. So, I mean, I'll do this. My opponent will get the 7, but then I'll use this to get 9 points. Yeah. I don't... This is going to be very tight. I like that I have more coins. I like that I'm higher on the purples. And then getting that 9 points is pretty nice. The 10 points in the wars also shouldn't be counted out, which is actually, that's what's going to lose me the game, isn't it? Yeah, it is. We were dead even, and then just lost in the war. But I guess here's where I'm at with that. I did all of that with 1 resource, and really, it was just a little bit of an unfortunate end where I'm giving up these 7 pointers to my opponent, and like there were some unfortunate things that happened. But overall, I think my opponent just grabbed way too many resources. Now it worked out, but I was still able to get 70 points with 1 resource, and so I think my opponent could have absolutely buried me had they just grabbed more high-value stuff instead of just trying to prevent me from getting resources. I think my opponent just spent way too much time trying to do that. Couple of key plays that my opponent did, realized the snake was going to need to be gotten, done. So my opponent played very well. So don't get me wrong on that. And the mathematics thing was kind of the big one. And then a couple points here and there. So maybe I should have been discarding more. I don't know. Whatever. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like and comment, and we'll see you next time.